Hey, I'm going to run through this real quick and then show the chords after it's over. chords, and you'll see it's really only a few shapes, and it's just a question of putting them in the right order. But first off, this version anyway is in standard tuning and capoed at the 4th fret. I know he does it. In fact, I seen a clip of him just earlier today where he did it with no capo at all. So it's a question of moving the capo around wherever it suits you. But the chords stay the same regardless, wherever you're doing them. So what I'll do is let's break it into little chunks. So I'm going to start at the start, and then we'll go through it little bits at a time till we have all of the bits of it. You know?
And this way is the way it's going to be, I'm afraid.
Okay, hold on. Okay, the intro is just a regular G, right? And in this one, some of you may play your G like this, leaving the B string open, but in this song, you want to cover the B at the 3rd fret for that D note in there. So he's just doing a G. And that's that C, whatever it is. These two stay where they are, just like they were on the G, but then move both these fingers up, down. One string each, so that you're at the 2nd fret on the D and the 3rd fret on the A. And I sometimes I'll just... So you can take your index finger off either of those just for a little bit of... Just hammer them on and off just for the sake of flavor. But that's all you got so far is those two. And we'll keep going. Okay, that part is G. After you've done that intro, right? Then it's the start. That part, right? So it's G, then it's this, which is it's a version of a D, but it's low E string 2nd fret, G string 2nd fret, those A and the D strings open, and these two staying where they are. So it's walking down a G to E minor 7, so it's a regular E minor, those two, A and D at the 2nd fret, and keeping your ring finger on the B at the 3rd fret. Take your middle finger off, so it's E minor 7 this time, keeping the B covered at the 3rd, A covered at the 2nd, and just lift up your middle finger off that D string so it goes open. So it's, and by that time I also am uncovering the high E string and letting that open now. So now the next chord after that E minor 7 thing, which is just those two covered, those two strings. Then it's this. It's the same C that you started with, except now the high E is open. To D, back to G. And then the turnaround is E minor 7, D, G. So it's E minor, cover the D at the 3rd fret, to D, to G. That starts over for the 2nd fret. And we'll play that part. Okay, that part, you're going through the verse, right? Then the turnaround is E minor 7. Then when it goes to the solo start revolution for my bed part, it's that same C that you opened with, C thing, that you had in the intro, that second chord of the intro. So I start a rebel. Right, so he's kind of implying C to C minor. Except it doesn't play a full C minor. I did another version on here where I did a sort of real beginner level. I did it as a barred C minor, but he's not really doing that, he's walking it down like that. So it's that one, then move your index finger to the D string on the first fret, from second fret to first. Right? Again. I think he does 3 of those. And then I'm going to play in a second, but then it's going to go to a D. Then here's the best chord of the whole song, is the B7, from D to B7. E minor to D. And this time he plays the C as a regular C, not this version of the C, but this, with a high E up to D. So we're going to play through that little section there. It's going to go, we'll be starting with that C to C minor-ish chord.
Stand up beside the fireplace, take that look from off your face. You ain't never gonna break my heart.
So for that, the chorus part, you'll recognize it because it's the same as the other chorus, right? So it's step outside, summertime's in blue. I think that does 3 of those. B7, E minor, D, a regular C, D, and he holds onto that, and I suspend it halfway through. Here's the chorus. So Sally can wait. So there's all the same chords that we've already done. Like it's the same chords as the intro. Then E minor, D, then again through it again. That's it. And the only thing that's different, there's that one little guitar riff between the first and second verses after that first chorus, where it's just doing another one of those, walks through that once, he goes into another verse, then at the very end he does he's just slowing down those chords and holding them, but it's the same C to C minor thing. I don't know what chord that is, but it's a cool chord. It's that C thing that you did at the beginning, and then just bring that index finger down 1 fret. It's, actually, if you're a beginner, that might be a little hard of a stretch to do, but believe me, you can master that. If you can play an F chord or a B7, you can do that. The only other tough one is to go from the D to the B7 because when you have a capo, for me anyway, it's awfully hard to fit my hand in there. And even if you move the capo back, really far, it's a little easier to do it, I suppose. But I tend to put the capo dead in the middle there. But anyway, that's all the chords to it, and one of the great pop songs of the 90s, maybe the greatest in my mind. If you have any trouble, just send me a note.